Hi, I'm Kaylee, and today I'm going to be interviewing my grandpa, John Eckman, who was in the Navy in the Vietnam War. Were you drafted?
No, I wasn't drafted. I actually volunteered for the service.
What does the drafting process look like?
It looks like it's a numbering system to see if you can be drafted. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So if you're a 1, you got drafted, no questions asked. A 2, you could probably join a different branch of the service, but most of them got drafted in the Army. A 3 would be somebody that was in school at the time, and they wouldn't qualify for the draft, so because they were in school, and of course they didn't want to interrupt their education. And a 4 was no way you go. It could be flat-footed, health reasons, and all that kind of stuff. So.
What locations were you in?
I was in Spain and Italy and France and Hong Kong and Singapore and England and just a lot of countries.
What type of technology did you use?
More maintenance than anything. I did a lot of the air conditioning, refrigeration on the ship, computers, boilers, pumps, all that kind of stuff. And then some of the stuff is no technology at all, just using your head,
What was your mission?
My mission was to go to Vietnam, help people of Vietnam, South Vietnam, and to do the job that I had to get done to the best of my ability and to get back home safely.
What was your mission of the aircraft?
The aircraft carrier's mission was to carry airplanes into the Indian Ocean just off the border of Vietnam and to, airstrikes and stuff like that for people that were on the ground, fighting the war on the ground and stuff, would call in for aircraft and support. And ship would launch aircraft so that they would go in and protect those people that were on the ground.
How did it shape your life?
Well, it shaped my life in a way that made me feel good about myself because I had done something finally in my life that meant a lot to me, So that's the main thing, is what it did for me. It also made me grow up, made me become an adult, and that was very important to go through that adolescent period, teenager into an adulthood, and the transition was a good transition because of the service.
How old were you when you entered?
I was 18 years old.
How long were you there?
In Vietnam? I was over there for 16 months. I did a 10-month tour and a 6-month tour.
What was it like when you got home?
It was something I wasn't prepared for. It was like the people in the United States weren't ready for us to come home, and actually didn't want us to come home. So we were treated very poorly, spit on. When I wore my uniform down Broadway in North Minneapolis, there would be people taking pot shots at me with BB guns as they drove by and stuff. And it got to the point where I couldn't even wear my uniform with pride, and be outside with it. So yeah, it was, the homecoming for us was very, very, very sad. It's still on my mind a lot.
That's how you felt about it? What did you do to get through the hard times?
Well, I spent a lot of time writing letters and listening to tapes that were sent back and forth, family, my girlfriend and stuff like that. And I took my guitar with me, and that got me through a lot of the times where I felt like things were building up on me and stuff, and feeling sad, feeling sorry for myself sometimes, So then I would just grab the guitar and I'd sing in the shop, and I'd sing down in the birthing rooms and stuff like that, and people really appreciated it. So not only was I entertaining, but it gave me an outlet to not think about what was going on in my life,
Yeah. Were you able to talk to your family while you were there?
Yes, we had phone privileges and stuff like that. We could actually call once in a while right from the ship, And of course we had to be in a dock, and that ship had to be docked for us to do that. But then you could go on base and stuff like that and call home, and yeah, I was able to communicate with them. Yeah.
Did you have any siblings that were in the war with you?
Yes, I had my younger brother was in Vietnam. He was on the USS Ranger, and he was over there around the same time I was. So we got to see each other every once in a while. And he got hurt, and he ended up because of his injuries that he got hurt, and he got released from the service with honorable discharge early.
How did your parents feel about it? Like you joining?
Well, I think my parents were okay with that because I was a kind of a naughty little 15 and 16 and 17-year-old. I mean, I wasn't I wasn't an angel, but I think they were glad that I went in and they knew that I would get some structure in my life and come home a man.
Would you do it again if it was optional?
I sure would.
Why?
Because of the experience that I went through and how it made me grow up and what kind of morals and things it set for me for the future, I would do it all over again now.
What did you enjoy about your experiences?
Well, I really enjoyed the camaraderie with the guys that I had met in boot camp that transferred with me through the aircraft carrier, the new people I met on the ship, in the different divisions, and just air drills on the flight deck, and they're working on something and I'm working on something right beside them and strike up a conversation. Everything flowed, and it was like a lot of that is relationships I still have to this day. I've got 6, 7 people that I call once in a while just to see how they're doing, and talk about old times, So it's something that it'll stick with you for the rest of your life, and it's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're very welcome, sweetheart.
So what is this?
Well, this is just accumulation of some of the stuff that I accumulated when I was in the Navy. This is the patch for the USS America, the aircraft carrier itself, and the motto. Every carrier has a different motto or a different saying. This one is "Don't tread on me," okay, and that was our motto. Of course, that's that good-looking sailor. But this here is if you can see it, it's a honor band, and that there is something that only people that are on the honor guard and stuff like that wear. It's an honor that's bestowed on people that show responsibility and stuff like that, and it's about when people come home in a casket and stuff like that, and their loved ones are there and they're having a funeral. I'm the one that was helping fold the flag and then presenting it to the loved ones and stuff like that. This here is just a patch that everybody gets. It's a United States Navy patch. These here are my dog tags, and everybody got 2 dog tags. So if there's something that happened or something like that, then they would put a dog tag in your mouth, between your teeth, and then the other dog tag they would take with so they could identify the body. And these are my medals that I got over there. This one here is a National Defense Medal. Everybody that is in service gets one of those. This one here is my Vietnam Service Medal. You can see it's got 2 bronze stars up here. That meant that I did 2 tours in Vietnam. This ribbon here is just the Vietnam Service ribbon, and this is a Vietnam campaign ribbon over here. That means if you finish a tour in Vietnam, or 2 tours, whatever it is, as long as you finish a tour, then you got that medal too. It's a campaign medal.
How long is one tour?
It all depends on what happens over there. I mean, if your ship is over there, it's usually a 6-month tour. But if you're over there with a couple other carriers and one of them breaks down or has an accident aboard ship, or they have to head back to the States, and then it takes a long time for their other ship to get out there. From like if they're coming from Norfolk, Virginia, or something like that, it might take them a couple months to reach a point where they have to be. So it could extend us up to 3-4 months. So that's what happened the first tour. So I did the 10 months the first tour, and then the regular tour was 6 months, and that's what we did the second tour.
Okay. So what is this?
That's a a model of the aircraft carrier, you know, the USS America. I bought that when I first got out of the service, and it took me 2 weeks to put it together, but it was all little pieces and stuff. You can see that some of the pieces are mixed up, they're missing because, you know, moving and all that stuff. But the ship is intact. You get an idea of what it's like, you know. These here are like hangar bays and stuff like that. They drop down,
impressive.
lift planes up and down, you know, and all that good stuff. This is the superstructure right here. You know, that's got all the radar, and they have the missile launchers and stuff like that. Same at the both ends. They have missile launchers at both ends. And so yeah, it was something that I put together myself. You know, I have plenty of pictures and stuff, but I want something that I could feel, something I could hold. You know,
Yeah.
my grandkids could hold it too. You know.
Yeah. Well, thank you for letting me interview you.
You're very, very welcome, honey. Do it anytime. You know, if you ever have another project, let me know.
Who was in the Navy?
Ready?
Him was in the Navy. Hi, I'm Kaylee, and today I'm going to be interviewing my grandpa, John Ekman. He was in the Vietnam. Oh.
I should not look though. I get
And
that
you're
looks,
like,
you know.
hi. Hi, I'm Kaylee, and today I'm going to be interviewing my grandpa, John Ekman,
Hi.
who was in the Navy in the Vietnam War. We need to read.